What's going on, music producers? This is Kobe with Sample Source, and today we're going to be talking about networking. This was requested from a story poll that I did on Instagram, and if you guys want to participate in those, you'll have to follow me on there as well as subscribe to the channel. So the three things that we're going to discuss today in networking is be genuine and ask for permission. The second one is that networking takes practice. Don't expect to get it all right all at once. And then the third thing that we're going to discuss is that one relationship leads to another, and this is what I like to call the snowball method. And then there's going to be a bonus gem on how to gain a following on Instagram as well. So you're going to want to stay tuned in for that and watch through the whole video. So the first one is being genuine. I see a lot of producers today in my DMs especially, and what they'll do is they'll just shoot me a message saying, where do I send loops to? So this is something you want to avoid. You want to make sure that you're being genuine with the producer or artist that you're reaching out to, and you're not just spamming the same message to everybody. Make sure you're being personable, and this is going to take you a lot further. While it may be slower work, it's going to be much more effective. Would you rather send 100 DMs to get 5 responses or send 20 DMs to get 15 responses? So this is something to keep in mind when you're networking. Make sure that when you're scripting it, that you're saying something personable about the artist or producer. So this is how I got into the industry. Whenever I send messages to people in the industry, I go and look at their recent placements. If they got something with Summer Walker or they have something with Gunna, I'm going to go and comment and say congratulations on the recent placement with whoever. Or if they have a plaque, I'll say congratulations on the platinum plaque or gold. Anything like that that's going to show appreciation is going to take you a lot further than DMing something that you're DMing to everybody else all the time. So that's the first tip. The second thing that you want to keep in mind is that networking takes practice. You're never going to be perfect at it, so make sure that you're getting better every single day. I usually network with 3 people every single day. I know I've networked in the past with as much as 20 people in a single day. This kind of led to burnout, so I slowed it down a little bit, but just be consistent, and this is going to lead to a lot of relationships that last a long time. As you go along, you're going to notice that your networking is getting better, your scripting is getting better, your way of introducing yourself and all your accolades or whatever is going to improve over time. So make sure that you're putting in the time, you're networking with at least 3 people a day, and you're just going to learn from all the mistakes that happen along the way. A lot of people are just going to teach you a bunch of tactics, but at the end of the day, the personal experience really does add up over time. So make sure that you're practicing networking and that you're not getting frustrated with the process just because people aren't responding. So with this being said, if you are reaching out to people and it's not in a timely fashion, it's going to be a lot harder on you. What do I mean by timely fashion? This is when you're reaching out to somebody that you're not able to offer value to, or you're reaching out to somebody where your brand is not in a position to be seen by them or respected by them. So if you have 1,000 followers and they have 30,000, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get a response than if you have 5,000 followers. And that's just the way clout works, and that's the way Instagram works right now. So make sure that you're reaching out to people that you think you have a good probability of them responding back to you. So that covers the second point. Now we're going to move on to the last part of networking. This is that one relationship leads to another, or what I like to call the snowball method. So this is what I used to get into the music industry. I accidentally found somebody in the industry by liking and commenting on their posts randomly, and he reached out to me and said for me to send him some loops. So I connected with him that way. He made some loops and put it on his story. Then another producer named Twisted Genius saw that and reached out to me on his own saying that I needed to send him loops as well. He ended up being Lil Baby's producer at the time, so I would have never met him if I hadn't networked with the first person by accident. So this just proves that one relationship leads to another. I know that was the first occurrence of this happening, but I've networked with countless individuals, hundreds probably, just from that first interaction, and it's snowballing into something bigger. So make sure that you're not taking the first relationship lightly. If somebody lets you in the door, make sure that you're not taking that lightly. Make sure that you're taking full advantage and giving as much value as possible. So that pretty much covers networking. But the question that you might have is, how do I actually find people to network with? So I use Instagram DMs first and foremost. Like I said, comment something genuine, comment something meaningful to them, and you'll have a good chance of them opening it. If not, then also Instagram lives are a great way of communicating and networking. So if that particular producer or artist has a live, make sure you tune into their live and then comment something on their live that says like, hey, I've been following you for a long time. I really like your work. I would love to collab with you, or I would love to send you some work. Is that all right if I send you an email? And if they give you permission to, then make sure you send them a follow-up DM whenever they're off their live that they can check out, asking for an email or confirming that you sent them the loops so that they can check it out. This builds rapport and allows you to get a lot more opens to your emails. So I hope that's been of value to you guys. The last thing that I want to talk about networking is by using the Instagram story feature. So a lot of bigger artists and producers actually have hundreds of requests in the request folder on Instagram that they're not even paying attention to just because they're overwhelmed with lots of DMs. But a way that you can bypass this is by sending a DM through their Instagram story. If they have a story up, then make sure you're going to their story and you're sending the DM to them that way. And that way you'll avoid being put in the request folder and it'll go straight into their inbox. I hope these tips have been helpful. So now I'm going to teach you guys about how to gain a following on Instagram. I know I've only been posting videos for about 3 or 4 months now, but I've managed to get over 300 followers on Instagram just by posting and following this one simple method. First step to this method is finding somebody in your niche. So if you're looking for producers, then you could look up somebody like Bricks Domain, who has a large following of producers, or you could look up Producer Grind or FL Studios page. If you're looking for artists, then you can look up a popular producer like Cash Money AP, or you can go to an artist page, but I wouldn't recommend this because they have so many fans that are not artists as well. Once you're on their page, go to one of their popular posts and look in the comments. Then what you're gonna do is go to their profile, like a couple pictures, not the top 2 pictures, but some that are a little bit further down on their page. Then you're gonna wanna comment on one of their videos if it's a beat or song, and comment something that's very genuine and meaningful. And that's basically all you have to do. Just rinse and repeat that method about 50 times every single day. And what you're gonna notice with your followers is that it begins to snowball over time. You might start out getting 1 to 3 followers a day, but that easily can turn into 10 or 15 followers a day if you keep this method going. I hope these tips have been helpful for you guys on how to network and build a following on Instagram as well. If you found value in this, make sure you like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I feel like it helps the producer community out as well. Also, if you made it this far, I have strategy sessions if you want a one-on-one consultation call with me. What this is we'll go through Zoom. I'll look at your website, I'll look at your brand, I'll look at your YouTube channel, or whatever you have going on, and I'll assess it and come up with a personal strategy plan in order for you to be more successful as a producer and market yourself and sell beats online. If that sounds interesting, make sure you shoot me a DM on Instagram. The link is in my description. Or you can shoot me an email to Kobe@samplesourcehub.com and we can get connected that way. So that's it for me today. I'll see you guys in the next video.